So basically with screening, you want, if you're going to commit your time,
I'm getting tired. That's why I keep you shorter and shorter.
Precious male time to a woman. You want to make sure, you want to make sure it's the right woman.
Yeah, like you're an alpha male.
Yeah,
you don't have time to fuck around.
You've got choice.
You've got so much choice. Time is a zero-sum game. You don't got so much energy. Plus, you're out there being high status, making lots of bank, stacking sats. You know.
I don't think anyone who is too into Bitcoin is successful with. Anyway, so you're gonna when you meet a new woman, you're gonna subject her to a battery of tests.
Yes,
to make sure she's prime. I don't know, prime material for whatever you wish to do with her. Whether it's a long-term relationship, a short-term relationship, or whether you're just gonna let her go. You're gonna see her, realize that she's gonna be more trouble than she's worth, and just let it pass. So, women will do things like an early frame announcement, where they tell you their frame. They're gonna say to you in their womanese, this is what I'm about. This is my view of the world, and really, it's at least in their telling, it's gonna be something quite seemingly insignificant. But if you autistically overanalyze everything that another human being says, it is actually pregnant with meaning. She might say, I am generous to a fault. Most people will hear that and think, okay, she's very generous. She wants you to know that she's generous. So it's social signaling. Yes, there is something to analyze there, but not much. Not much. Unless you are privy to the ways of women. You realize that she will shower you with gifts because she's announced that she's generous to a fault. She's going to shower you with gifts and use that to manipulate you. She's telling you that she's going to manipulate you with gifts. If you don't appreciate the gifts, then she's going to be upset because she's already told you that she's generous to a fault. You should have been listening to her.
Yeah.
That's how she gets you that way. But if you accept the gifts, then you're letting her control you.
Yeah, she's getting her claws in.
She's getting her claws in. So that's why you've got to be on your toes for these early frame announcements.
Other things might be like, does she say something like, with regards to like her ex-boyfriends, they used to, I don't know, beat her up or something. Like that will be an indication that she has low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Or if she says like she's got expensive taste, that might be showing that she is like a materialista. So, I mean, like it's just called having social skills, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's just
like somebody is indicating their values and their inclinations, and your.
I don't know how much there is really to go into beyond.
About.
I still think they're overthinking this
person.
They're really overthinking this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also worth testing her level of self-esteem, though. And this is basically when you just progressively insult her more and more and more until she asks you to stop. And that will determine her level of self-esteem.
And the thing is, if she's low self-esteem, then she'll let you just keep on escalating and escalating.
And she loves it. She gets turned on by it.
Potentially even gets turned on by it. Yeah. So, one, don't do this to people. Just even the idea that you're going to consciously like test the psychology of another person is just such a sociopathic thing to do.
Chicks love it though.
Yeah.
Well, chicks love sociopaths.
They are sociopaths, so.
Yeah, exactly.
They're testing all the time. Yeah, so what was that called? That was called a threshold, some sort of threshold test.
Yeah,
so they had some bullshit term for it.
What about the compliance test?
The compliance test.
Where you just ask her to do something, and depending on how she reacts, you know that she's a high or a low self-esteem woman.
Yeah.
Because high self-esteem women, they respond to male leader.
Yes.
And so I suppose you need to be asking in a very masculine, dominant way.
Yeah.
But supposing you do that, if she's
The
high...
inflection in your voice has to go down at the end. Not up like this.
If you growl at her, bare your teeth. If you do all the right things,
She should just make guttural noises at her.
she'll just do what you want.
She should maybe roll over on her back, expose her underside to you.
Just lick your snout or something, dog. But then a low self-esteem woman will just flip out at even the most reasonable requests, or just the most mundane things.
Like, hey, go get me a beer, make me a sandwich while I watch the footy with the boys.
Yeah.
She'll just what?
Well, I don't look
say
deeply
something
into your eyes.
Well, I don't have gaze, like
gaze or something.
Some bullshit. And so in response to that, a low self-esteem woman might say, "No, I'm not going to do that. Make it yourself."
A high self-esteem woman will say, "Yes, master." And that's
Would you like a blowjob with that master?
That's how you know.
That's the sort of high self-esteem woman you want in your life.